Hello, everyone. My name is Liz Martin. Welcome to the American Horror Story Season 8 Theory channel, where I will talk about the most recent AHS teasers that I've released on my channel, and I will talk about their meaning and purpose to the show. Now, as you know, American Horror Story released a teaser called Exhale, where a woman is seen literally having the life sucked out of her by another woman, one who's dressing more like I am, more fabulously, more wealthy, and apparently resembling that of how people depicted witches. She actually does look a bit like Fiona Good in American Horror Story cover, except younger, but she also has some strange resemblance to Venable, Sarah Paulson's future character, who was revealed in a teaser supposed to be announcing some sort of event. Now, what this means is Sarah Paulson will not only play her roles as Billie Bean and Cordelia Fox, but she'll also be playing this strange witch. I think she is a witch. I think she is supposed to be the next Supreme after Cordelia Fox, but I also believe that she is part of a much more darker coven. Now, one of the theories that I presented to another AHS theorist, Mary Girl Moody, I told her about my theory that Venable is serving the Antichrist, and the reason we don't hear about other covens in the show, besides the one we know of, and the one from Roanoke, which I don't think that counts as a coven, but rather just one witch leading a group of ghosts. I think the reason there's no other covens we've heard of yet is because Venable has lived for centuries, and only has been living because she has been taking the lifeblood of other witches. And most likely, the ones that continue her life the longest are Supremes. You could tell that she's lived for a long time because she wears Victorian-style era clothing, and her hair is reminiscent of that of an older hairstyle. Now, I don't know if this is a true theory. It could not be for all we know. But I'm leaning towards the theory that she does worship the Antichrist, has been waiting a very long time for the Antichrist to gain power. Now, she will join this coven under a guise of a younger witch, one who's discovered this coven. She might also be recruiting acolytes from said coven to spy on Cordelia Fox, for example, ones that are close to her. There are two theories I have about this woman. One, that Venable is leading a darker coven and has recruited acolytes to sneak into Cordelia's coven and spy on them, and implant the idea to move closer to the Antichrist, i.e. Chicago, where Venable will be able to not only gain the power of possibly one of the last powerful Supremes, but also give the Antichrist powers that she can control him. That's actually her end goal, was to control the Antichrist so that she may be known as the new queen of the new world. That's my theory for Venable. And I don't know if she will succeed in her plan or not. That is yet to be seen. But on to another theory. Now, Scavenge. She was the witch played by Lady Gaga from Roanoke. Roanoke, personally, is on one of my top 5 favorite American Horror Story seasons, despite popular belief. The first half was my favorite, because it was like Paranormal Survivor, which I am a bit of a Paranormal Survivor myself. But I believe that Scavenge will return, but it will not be in the reenacted form she took in the first half of Roanoke, but rather the form she took in the second half, which was played not by Lady Gaga, but by a completely different actress. I personally believe that we'll go more into her backstory and even see her Now, there's also another theory I have about the spirits. In my opinion, that when the Antichrist, quote-unquote, ends the world, I believe that the spirits will be free of the bonds that have bonded them to where they're haunting. In other words, we might see spirits from Roanoke, Hotel. We might even see Edward Mordrake, whom, if you don't know, was a spirit who appeared in American Horror Story Freak Show and created this troupe of dead ghosts who were once carnies. So we might see Edward Mordrake again. Now, we're going to go on to Shakot, whose name sounds strangely similar to Scathach. I don't know why. I guess that's some sort of reference or something. But anyways, Shakot is the Angel of Death, who first appeared in her only appearance, by the way, in Asylum. Now, I think she will return, seeing as how the Antichrist delves into angels and devils. So we might see Shakot return. Now, I don't see a lot of this being asked in the American Horror Story community about the origins of Shakot, why she looks like the way she is, and will she return. Me personally, it's because she looks like a woman in mourning. She looks like a woman you will see at a funeral, because she's wearing the funeral gale and a black dress. Me personally, I believe that that Frances Conroy will reprise her role of Shakot in the new AHS season. Now, we're going to go to season 7 territory. Now, I saw the teaser, a still from one of the unreleased teasers, which showed a picture of Donald Trump being formed by clouds and possibly being responsible for the nuclear warfare. Now, we might have to go into political messaging, which honestly did not work well in the first episode of Cult. Me personally, I believe Donald Trump will just play a role in ending the world. Why? Because he will obviously try to nuke the Antichrist. There has been a teaser that showed people running from some sort of large unseen entity, and Donald Trump will have to try and nuke it. But as a result, it will cause massive casualties and probably not do much to kill this unseen entity, which I believe is the Antichrist or some sort of demon. Speaking of demons, we might also see the demon that possessed Sister Mary Eunice in 8. But this is just speculation. I honestly want to see characters from Asylum return. I don't know if Lana Winters is going to be in it, seeing as how she would be over 80 years old, and I don't know how long. She'll probably die of old age, most likely, and they'll probably mention it, which will be unfortunate because Lana Winters was always my favorite character in the show. And we also might see the return of Fiona Good, most likely in a flashback or even as a spirit to Cordelia Fox, warning her about Venerable and Venerable's plans. Speaking of which, I also believe Madison Montgomery might try to buy the house, which will also finally reveal the connection between Madison and Charles Montgomery, the one who built the murder house, which, I'm excited for because Madison Montgomery put on her Instagram a picture of the murder house saying "Home Sweet Home," which may imply that the bitch is not dead, even though I want her to stay dead because she is a bitch. I hate her. And honestly, I am really excited to see what will happen. We also might see Hayden and Moira finally move on, seeing as how it showed another picture of Madison Montgomery unearthing the bones of Hayden and Moira. And we might see them finally move on from the murder house, which honestly I am all for a happy ending for Moira. I've always felt bad for her because she never got to join her mother. It made me cry every time I saw that scene. It hurt my heart dearly, and I want to see a happy ending for Moira, though it might not be a happy ending for the rest of the world. Now, They also confirmed a 10th season, which is the final part I will go into before ending this video. Now, the 10th season, I believe, will be called Hell, because Ryan Murphy has stated that each season represents a circle of hell, and season 10 will be labeled Hell, and will reveal that all the seasons they went through were merely just different lives being lived, because there's no worse punishment than knowing that you are, than not knowing you're dead, when in reality you are, and you're just living these different lives, and keep dying over and over. And honestly, I think that'd be a genius choice, but then who will be the devil? I think Ryan Murphy will play the devil, and the characters will play themselves, which I think will be a genius idea, because it would make sense. All the actors who played them are dead and living these different lives. That's why I think it'll be called Hell, and Ryan Murphy will play the devil. So yeah, that's all the AHS theories I have for the future. I don't know about season 9, but most likely it will revolve around Allie's cult. Probably not. But this has been Liz Martin signing out. Farewell.